Welcome to Las Vegas Trader YouTube channel and a weekly analysis video of the financial markets. Keep in mind that these videos are not financial advice and should not be taken as such. It's for education and entertainment purposes only. So let's just jump right in and analyze the markets from the charts point of view. Okay. So this is the S&P 500, the daily chart. So as you can see, we had this move up and we barely, well, broke above the highs. I mean, we posted intraday highs, but we're still. I mean, this looks very bullish also. So we had this move, and we had the support of the 50-day moving average, and the bottoming tail, and this green bar formed off of the rising 20-day moving average. So this would indicate higher prices. So we saw a couple of days of pretty much a pause, small, very small pullback, and then probably this week continuation. So this is the daily chart. Let's take a look at the weekly. So the weekly, pretty much the same thing. Looks very bullish. So we broke. I mean, I don't want to call this a break, but let's just call it a break of the highs, and continuation should be seen on a weekly chart and the monthly. So like I stated last week, this pattern looks um, identical, almost identical to this. Okay, we had to move up, one bar down, move up, one bar down, and we erased this bar on the monthly chart. So a couple months of summer months. This was actually in October, so just right after summertime. So we are getting right in the middle of summertime. So it should be very slow and boring action during summer months. So I think we're going to see very similar, if not identical, action. And then after summertime and election coming up in November, will be very interesting times to watch the markets. So this is the S&P. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. This is the daily again. So it looks pretty identical, right, as the S&P 500. And the weekly chart, same way. And of course, the monthly. So when you compare this with this, I mean, it's pretty identical, right? So we might actually hit 20,000 and just because if you remember, I was a month or two or so, I was asking about what is this future curve, and at the time, 20,000 was, you know, showing. So are we gonna hit the 20,000? We'll see what this means, really, right? So let's go to Dow Jones. It's a little bit different picture. So we did form double top, as you can see, and I said we're gonna pull back, but then we hit support, and this strong green bar told us that we're going to go higher. So we did this past week. The daily, this is the weekly. So we still are in this double top on a weekly. We stayed below the 20-day moving average. So I would think as long as we stay below the 20, we're going to move back down, continue to move back down. And the monthly chart. So once we take this topping tail out, just call it 37.7. We're going to go lower to the 20-day moving average. Let me just take a look at this 4-hour chart here. Yeah. But on the daily, looks like we're going to go roll over. We're going to On Friday, we posted this topping red bar, a topping tail below the 20-day moving average. So I think we're going to go lower. Okay. The Russell 2000, the daily chart. Same thing like the Dow Jones. We're below this 20-day moving average, which is starting to flatten and round out to the downside. So retesting the 200-day moving average would be my guess here. Let's take a look at the weekly here. Same thing. So we are well, just more than about 60% retracement, right? So from this high, and looks like another thing is what it looks like is it's forming a head and shoulders, right? There's one shoulder, here's the head, here's the second shoulder. So how strong are we going to move down is the question. We need to break through these rising moving averages, which are acting as support. So this is the monthly. So we need to break below this and close below this green bar and move lower. Russell's been having a tough time following the trend of the other indices like the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and even Dow Jones. Right? I mean, it's not even close to all-time highs. So small caps are struggling. So we'll see what happens. Here's crude oil. So like I said last week, if you remember, you can go back and watch the video last week that we had this move up to the 200 and then we came down last 3 days of the week. So then I said that we're going lower because we broke below this body here of this bottoming tail. So this is exactly what happened. We moved down, we hit support, and we came back up roughly 50% almost. Okay, so I think we're going higher with the crude oil on daily, but let's take a look at the weekly. So it did form a bottoming tail, but the body's still red, so we need to take out this body of $77 roughly and continue the movement up. And on the monthly chart, yeah, we need to have this bar turn green, close above the 20-day moving average, and higher prices will probably be seen. So let's go to gold, daily chart. I mean, it was pretty nasty day on Friday for precious metals. As you will see in silver, it's a little more clear. But because in gold we had on the daily chart here, we had this last few days just chop to the up, slowly move up to the ups, oh my God, higher, moving up higher. But then the previous week I said that we formed a double top. So we came back, we traced higher about 50%, and then we just slammed on Friday really hard. So on the weekly chart, looks more clear for the double top. Okay, so we tried to retrace, but the Friday just erased everything. Then the monthly chart. So as you can see, double tails. It's forming a third one. Rejection of 2400. So my target would be this, the top of this candle, which is roughly 2250 or so. As you can see also on the weekly chart, 2250 would be right around over here, and the 20-day moving average is rising. So we will see some kind of reaction to the upside. So that would be my target. And on a daily, let's see, 2250 will be right around here, which is about right. We can probably close this gap here. So 2250, 2240 would be my target. So let's go silver. So as you can see, I mean, this Friday's bar, 6%, actually was a little bit higher, you know, it was closer to 7% at the lows, but then we just retraced a little bit. So we did just erase this 2 days of moving higher. I was expecting once these 2 days erase this red bar, I expected to hit the highs, the recent highs, but Friday just, it was a nasty day for precious metals. I was going to buy some more silver right over here on this day, on this red bar, but I did not because I was worrying about this red bar. So, and I'm glad I did not. So I'm waiting for lower prices to buy in some more coins. Let's look at the weekly chart. So as you can see here, we formed these two topping tails and a third one. So my target, I mean, the bottom of this candle, this big candle would be support. So 28 and 28.50 or so would be my target. It's 28, yeah, and the 50-day moving average on a daily. Yeah, but it could be a lot lower, 28 bucks even, because of this strong red bar. I mean, it's just really, really powerful. But then there's resistance. I mean, there's support, as you can see here, at around 28 bucks. Okay. Um, so let's take a look at the monthly here. So on the monthly, yeah, 28 bucks will be right over here. As long as we don't erase this green bar, um, we should be still in the bullish trend here. So yeah. So let's go to Bitcoin, the daily chart. So like I said before, in the previous weeks, we are stuck in this range between 73 and just call it 58. So we're having a hard time breaking through this resistance. So this is the forex live chart still going on. This is I'm recording this video on Sunday. So so it looks like we formed double top here. So now we just need to erase this action, this green action, and most importantly break through this 50 and close below this green bar to continue the downward movement on a daily. This is the weekly chart. So the 20 is still rising. So we had this bottoming tail form and then continuation of the higher prices. So, but we are, as you can see, we are just having a hard time breaking through the highs. So this, if this bar gets erased, we're going lower on a weekly chart. And the monthly, same thing. Having a hard time breaking through the highs. So we'll see what happens here. Let's go to dollar. So as you can see, on Friday, dollar just was so powerful. That's why the precious metals just crashed on Friday. So I think we're going to see higher prices for dollar with this. green bar, just taking out all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of, try and break through the 200. We broke through the 20, so now we might see a small pullback, retest the 20, and then shoot back up again. Let's take a look at the weekly. So weekly formed a bottomy tail right off the 50. So small pullback, small pullback. It's not out of the question, and there's continuation, probably to 106 area. And the monthly chart, as you can see, we tried to close below this 20-day moving average, started rounding down, but it's acting as support. So if we close above this red bar of 106.50, call it, I mean, we got to be testing these highs here, right? If that happens, but it won't be easy because this kind of is forming a double top here, recent double top. So that's the monthly chart. This daily is just super strong. This reminds me of this right here. So continuation, right? Small pullback and then shoot back up. Same thing here, I think is going to happen. And last but not least, the bonds. So I drew these the trend the channel here for you guys. Again, like I do every week. So we broke above this channel, right? And broke above the moving averages. But then just Friday, the unemployment news just brought the price of the bonds down. And now we are sitting right at the 20 and at the top channel. Okay, so what's going to happen? Is this just a retest of this channel here? Then move back up. Let's take a look at the weekly. Let me just remove these drawings first. So if this daily last Friday moved down, price, it would have been, if it moved back up, if it moved higher instead of down, this weekly chart would have been a little bit different. It would have probably closed above the moving averages, right? But we just got rejected by the 50. So, but I think we're going higher in the way it looks because we are still, as you can see, we are above. We closed above this body of this bottoming tail. So I think we're going higher on a weekly chart. And as you remember, I've been saying for the last couple of weeks or so, reverse head and shoulders. One shoulder, the head, and the other shoulder. So, and the monthly chart. So we did, let's see. Yeah, we hit the, we closed, well, didn't even close it, but we went above this opening price of this red bar, but we didn't close it. So we still have time in the month to do that. And I think we're going higher. And same thing, shoulder, head, and the shoulder. So we just need to close above this red bar, and we are going higher. We're going to test this 200. Going to the 200-day moving average. So, so that's it for this week. Please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share with anyone and everyone you think might like and benefit from the content on my channel. Hit the bell notification icon because you might not see the notifications when my videos are up or when I go live. Okay, so that's it for this week. Take care, and we'll see you next week.